Next, we have
Oh, boy.
Skittles from China.
Mm-hmm.
And they're spicy.
I need a light-colored one, so I want to see this powder that you are speaking of.
Oh, what the fuck?
It does have, like, maybe it's a...
That is weird.
We were about to die salute.
That is spicy!
What is happening? Like, there was
I don't wanna have
definitely a
another
Skittle
one.
in there, but around it is like this very...
It's growing on me.
Is it?
I'm going to have another one
Okay.
just to make sure.
I mean, I have to have another one now because I feel like it's a dare.
The initial... It's weird. I don't know if that's for me, guys.
So...
That's this one. So this is...
Oh, God, why did I put another one in my mouth?
I know. I don't know if that one's for me.
So yeah, no. My grandfather said, that you do not shake a martini. You stir it because otherwise you bruise the gin.
Okay.
And he also said that the best amount of vermouth is you take the bottle and bury it in the backyard and never speak of it again.
So you're not supposed to put the vermouth in there?
It's outside.
It's outside,
like pet
when we don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's just dead is better.
So vermouth is not supposed to go into a martini?
I didn't disagree with him out loud, but
At the ripe age of 9 years old?
yeah, there's just fights you don't have in my family.
You don't want to bruise the gin. That's why you don't shake it.
Don't.
So Bond was wrong.
Bond was wrong about a lot of things.
Damn.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ashley Johnson.
I'm Taliesin Jaffe, apparently.
And I mean for today.
Yeah, for today at least.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. This is a sci-fi film called The Stuff.
I've never heard of this, and it's sci-fi.
You are well, it's horror. It's in like that kind of 1950s creature horror, but not like.
Is it modern?
No. It's I want to say it's from the 70s or 80s is my feeling, but it's a meteor lands on Earth, and for some reason it like the stuff inside tastes really good, and it's 0 calorie like dessert, and people just get addicted and start eating it. It's just called The Stuff. They sell it as The Stuff. Marisha loves this movie too. Marisha Ray, Critical Role's Marisha Ray. We bonded over this shirt.
So, I mean, that wouldn't be my go-to if a meteor landed and I'd be like, what's this stuff inside?
I would immediately
Let me taste
lick
it.
a meteor if it landed.
You would?
I mean, it's like licking rocks is a thing.
Were you a kid that shoved stuff in your mouth?
I'm an adult that shoves stuff in
Yeah,
my
I
mouth.
guess. I
mean, mostly just to spite people. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
But isn't that a weird reaction? Because sometimes, like, if I drop something or I see something on a table or like a crumb or something's there, sometimes my initial thought is that I should taste it.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, because if one subscribes to like the whole notion of primordial lizard brain, I'm just throwing this off the top of my head.
We're all lizards.
You were probably like from a
Reptilians.
evolutionary standpoint the one who was trying the berries so that everyone else went, oh yeah, no, not those.
Probably.
There had to be a
yeah,
couple
that's
people who
somewhere
were
in
like,
my DNA that was.
well, it's
We
pretty.
were the ones. Well, I'll try it.
Everyone goes, let's
Oh my god.
let's learn writing so we can write that down as a no.
Yeah.
So, that's
Did you have weird cravings as a kid?
I don't know what that.
Okay, this is
what is a weird craving?
Something I ate a lot as a kid that my mom would have to hide, or my dad, they would find it and take it away from me was cubes of butter. And I still to the
Is it a cube or a stick?
Butter. A stick.
Okay,
a stick of butter. Sorry.
I was like, do
a
they come
cube. I don't know why I said it like that. Just
build
like
with
the
them.
cube, the stick of butter, and I would just like eat them, bite into them, and eat them.
I have my friends Tavisha and Ricky, who are among many things. They make comic books. They many years ago made a cute comic book called Reality Check, and one of the villains was a giant panda, an evil panda. And at one point, he's just like, I'm going to reflect on my evil plans. And he leans back and he opens up a stick of butter and just starts eating it, going, damn, I'm sexy. So that's immediately what I thought of, was like an evil panda eating a stick of butter.
I guess maybe that's where they...
Did you like dip the butter in like cinnamon or anything?
Nothing. Just straight, just... a stick
Salted,
of butter.
unsalted, or did we not care?
I'm a big fan of salted butter.
Okay,
and I still now I'm very particular about my butter. Like
Sure.
I love a beautiful French butter. I love a really creamy. I love salted butter. I put butter on everything.
Have you ever
I
churned
cook with butter. I never.
That
and
was
I feel like I would love it.
thing. That was a Ren Fair thing.
Yeah,
occasionally,
I feel like
we
I would love
churn
it.
butter, and it's delightful.
Yeah, butter is it's the best
we had a butter
cooking
churner,
ingredient as
so.
well. Yeah,
It
butter
is
churning I feel like
magical.
would be really fun.
It is. It's nice. It's cardio and making butter.
Yeah, I feel like I would get
least
bored
I do.
after a while. You know what I was thinking of
podcasts are
that same movement? Did you ever go to hot dog on a stick?
I mean, yes, but I don't know what that movement. I don't know what the
Okay,
up and down
because-
like pogo stick movement has to do with hot dog on
I'll
a stick.
tell you, because that's how they would make their lemonade. Pretty sure it was the lemonade. Because they would have, I always knew, at the mall, I would always go get a hot dog on a stick and then a cheese on a stick.
How sure?
I'm like 98%.
Okay, that's fine.
And then you'd see the people that work there and the awesome outfits that they would wear, the striped shirts and the hats. And then they would be bouncing pogo sticks on something. I'm pretty sure it was the lemonade.
Maybe they just had a pogo stick back there.
No, because it was
I'm not
a
having
bucket. It was like a bucket of something that they were plunging. And then I think it was their strawberry lemonade or their regular lemonade. But they also had the lime lemonade. Oh, man, I want some of that right now.
Wow, there's
actually,
so many
this is-
things happening right now in my head.
We have some candy to try later.
We do have
So
candy that
this
we
is
may
good
get
that we're
to
talking
today.
about. I mean, I love food.
I mean, food's great.
My taste buds. I love trying all different types of food.
We are. I don't know if I would call myself a foodie, but
You wouldn't?
I don't know. I feel like that implies something more complicated.
What do
than
you
I
feel
am.
like it implies?
I think it implies that I have a more, complex, I suppose. I don't necessarily have the language. I feel like the language I would use to describe food is not necessarily the language that someone who understood food would use. Because
So you don't feel like it's enough to be fuck, this is delicious.
I mean,
You have to be the flavors, the nuance, you feel like that's what makes a foodie, is being specific to being able to describe a flavor?
I think the term foodie specifically is just because I feel like that sounds like it has an education connected to it. Maybe not. Might be just entirely in my head. It's definitely entirely in my head.
But also foodie.
But I love food.
God, I love food.
And I love trying weird. I will always order. I will order things that are clearly not good on a menu just because I want the experience of being able to say that was terrible.
Yeah.
I had avocado ice cream. I ordered an avocado ice cream.
That sounds like that could be
Sunday.
good.
I mean, it was at a restaurant that is one of those restaurants where every now and then they hit it out of the park with something strange. I shouldn't have done it. I was on a date. That was a mistake. But times you don't experiment. It was terrible. And on the other hand, I was like, well, I'm glad that happened because now I will someday tell somebody about the avocado ice cream and just go, God, that just
Weird.
tasted.
It just didn't work.
No, it was like if you could, like, it was an attempt at a dessert guacamole,
Ew.
right?
Was it savory? Because I feel like you can cook, you can use avocado in a lot of stuff as like a fat.
See, if I was a foodie, I could
baking.
describe it much more clearly. I feel like this is
There
my.
it is. The knowledge is not there.
It was neither sweet nor savory. It did have a flavor that was avocado-esque. Clearly, it was made of avocado, and salt had been involved, but.
It was just weird. Did you ever go to the Stinking Rose?
Oh, all the time. Oh boy.
Did you ever try their garlic ice cream?
Oh, garlic ice cream. Okay.
It was delicious.
Please describe for
All
our
right.
viewers what the Stinking Rose was.
The Stinking Rose was. I think it's gone.
Lord.
The Stinking Rose was a restaurant on La Brea,
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills, somewhere in Los Angeles.
La Brea, Wilshire.
And it was everything on the menu was made with garlic.
Everything.
Every single thing was made with garlic. And the restaurant itself was super cool.
Yeah.
There were like different areas and rooms.
There was like
there
a
was like a little
dungeony
Italy.
room
There was like a dungeon room. And it was
Creepy
themey.
castle. It was very themey, and much of it was garlic themed.
And it was across from Ed DeBevick's.
It was? Wow.
Yes.
Oh, now this is, oh boy, that is some child actor shit
Yeah.
that you just
okay.
pulled.
So this is really
Whoa.
funny. So
Whoa.
the other day, I was on another podcast, Pod Meets World.
I was about to say,
not
you've
to
been
brag.
cheating on us. My God.
And I know.
Wow.
And they
Pod
are
Meets
our
World.
friends, Will Friedle.
This was Will's? I was about to ask,
We've
is
rolled
this Will's
dice
name?
with him. He is another child actor. We
Real
got
quick,
writer.
Ashley, did you plug Weird Kids?
I did plug Weird
Okay,
Kids.
thank you.
Good.
But I feel like I could have done a little better, to be honest, because we all ended up talking about child actor stuff, which I think is part of their They have a great podcast. Listen to it. Danielle Fischel, Ryder Strong, the folks from Boy Meets World. But we talked about Ed DeBevick's.
It was...
And they brought it
boy.
up, and they were like, did you ever go to Ed DeBevick's? And I was like,
Every-
what do you mean? The
every
greatest
child-
restaurant ever?
Every child actor that of our generation ended up there.
They proposed. They said so. They just went to. There's one still open in Chicago, and
wow.
they proposed to us. And I think we need to remind them that we should all do like a Weird Kids trip to Ed DeBevick's in Chicago.
Oh my God.
And Will was like, we should do like a '90s food fight. And I was like, I'm in.
So
I'm in.
Ed DeBevick's was kind of a theme. It was a weird 90s 50 like
It was like a 1950s diner.
that didn't commit to the 50s at all.
It did not.
It was just
But
vague.
everyone that worked there was in character, and they would like, I don't know if you could get away from this now.
It reminded me a little bit of that restaurant in Pulp Fiction, like the weird 50s.
Yes.
Just a little, like it definitely was like that was clearly one of the like inspirations for that ridiculousness.
Oh, for sure.
I know they had a different place. I'm trying to remember the name of the one that was really based off of that one.
They had like all the people that worked there, like the waiter would come over and they would have like the woman in like the little poodle skirt and she'd be chewing gum and she'd be like, what do you want? You know, she would do the whole thing. And then like if you weren't looking, they would steal your fries and eat your fries, which I don't know if you could get away with that now. I think if somebody did that to me now and I didn't know them and they were touching my food, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I think when I was a kid, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, and like they would throw every like actor, like young actor after party or like a charity
They would
event
always be there.
Would always be there.
Yeah.
That's just where those parties happened.
God, I wonder if... Hey, there it is! I
Oh,
literally
wait.
was just going to tell you, but I was like, I don't know how to spell DeBevick's. But you found it. So here
That's
it
the
is.
Chicago one.
So this is the Chicago one. See if there's any in...
It would have been Beverly Hills or...
There was, but it's really grainy.
Yeah,
It's really grainy? Okay, that tracks.
Wow, that's our whole
So
childhood.
this must be... This is the one in Chicago. Yeah, so
yeah,
it's like
the
a...
vibe, like the one out here was a lot glitzier, but like and kind of it had that weird. Yeah,
There it is.
There we are.
Maybe it just felt glitzy.
No, I mean like,
Because now that I'm looking
well, it
at
had that
this, I'm
weird
like...
chrome outside. It looked like a Disney ride outside. You remember?
It kind of looks like a bowling alley.
It does
I know,
look like a
re-looking
bowling
at
alley.
this, I'm like, huh.
It did look like a bowling alley, but you can see like the purple lighting is not 1950s. Like it definitely was like it was like had an 80s streak to it, and the outside again looked like a Tomorrowland Disneyland ride.
God, look at this.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
You know what this kind of reminds me of?
What?
Have you been to Disney World?
Yeah, you're not in a long time, but yeah,
But
I've
think-
done aspects of it,
I think this might be at Universal Studios there, Orlando.
which I did go to for like. Okay, well, carry on. No, not
There's a
Universal.
restaurant there where you sit. It's like a 1950s diner,
Mm-hmm.
but you sit in they've like retrofitted. I don't know if that's the proper
That
word.
is that. Well, we'll find out.
Like old T-birds and old cars that you sit in to eat your food.
Yeah.
And then there's like it's like a movie theater or like a drive-in setup. It's so cool.
So-
it reminds me of this.
So we had a micro version of that in town, which was, and I bless its heart, long gone. Well, not long gone, but gone now. I think it officially got knocked down like a couple weeks ago, which was Fry's Electronics in Burbank.
Fries. I was just talking about fries yesterday.
What a colossal and beautiful nightmare that place was.
I loved
I did
going to Fry's.
Fry's,
It was one of like anytime we would have to go get any type of electronic, anytime my parents had to go somewhere to get something, I would be like, "Can we please go to Fry's?"
and boy, they were unhappy that you were there. They had clearly better things to do than anything there. Like there was no one would clean, no one would
No,
help.
it was a mess.
They just didn't. No one wanted to be there, despite the fact that it was a wonderland. So not
There it
this
is.
one.
But they all
have different themes.
They all had different themes, and the one that was here
The one in Burbank was the UFO one.
was the UFO, which was the greatest
one, right there.
There it is.
Sadly gone now. But what they had in the back, and I don't know if you remember, the Alice in Wonderland one that's down in the valley is amazing too.
I
Well, again,
also
no.
learned how to drive a stick in that parking lot with my first boyfriend. Shout out to Stefan Hovsepian, who's
Wow.
still one of my best friends. Taught me how to drive a stick in that parking lot.
That's a good parking lot for it.
Yeah.
But they had in the far back, they had a tiny restaurant that no one ever used in the far back.
I went to it.
So do you
And it
remember-
was very yes.
It had
They had the
hollowed out
cars.
cars with tables, and then there was a movie. They had one of their big screen TVs mounted above it so that you could treat it like a drive-in movie theater.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's why when I went to go eat there, I'm like, what does this remind me of? Fry's Electronics.
Yeah, the UFO one is my second favorite Fries. It was the Alice in Wonderland one was definitely like the top tier for me, but those were both. I missed
Why
them.
did
They were
they
beautiful.
go under? Don't we need a place like that? Well,
We need
I
lots of
guess-
things.
I guess it's all on the internet now.
Yeah, well,
is-
and they really, boy, like they just lied. They laid down and died. They weren't
They're like,
they weren't
"We're
fighting
not-
for their lives.
No.
No, it was just slowly those shelves got thinner and thinner, and I'm like, "Are you guys okay? We're fine. We only have like
We're
8
slowly
things for
dying."
sale. Well, we're gonna restock." Oh yeah,
I loved Fry's so much.
themed.
I love
stores
a
in
good
general.
theme.
I know any commitment to any bit really.
Yeah. So Ed
gotta-
DeBevick's, we'll head there at some point.
If it's still around in
Well, I mean, it's still in Chicago.
Chicago at least, and I don't know about the Stinking Rose, but boy, I went there a
Pretty
lot.
sure it's gone.
Yeah,
it's closed.
There's one in San Francisco.
Oh, there's
Okay.
one left
So there's one in San Fran.
in San Fran. I think we might
So-
get killed for saying San Fran. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
sure.
I know. That's why I said it because it's
Yeah, that was another place we went to all the time. That was like that was a. I mean, not like you would go hang out there, but it was like a destination.
Oh yeah,
restaurant.
because it was such a weird. It was a fun, weird, strange place to take people.
Yeah, garlic ice cream. Yeah,
Which was so good.
Was actually really. That was possibly why I was like avocado ice cream.
Maybe this will be tasty.
Maybe it's another garlic ice cream. It wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
Whereas the garlic ice cream at least had a flavor, and it was pleasing, and it was complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you're
There
a
we go.
foodie. Look at you thinking of
Complicated.
good words.
Complicated is just another word for I don't know what to say about it.
Well,
Well, that's fair. No. I'm gonna stop fighting myself on that.
all right. I have a couple things
Go ahead.
that I
Because I know
brought
we'll get back to food.
We'll always get back to food
Here, here.
because I love it.
I know. There's
love it.
there's a restaurant I want to talk
I
about
also, as a
eventually, but-
kid, so my dad had a very adventurous palate because he traveled so much for work, was all over the world. And so as kids, he was always like, you guys got to try stuff. So we always liked steamed clams and just like weird food. And we learned how to use chopsticks before forks because he used to live in Japan so much. And so he was like, I want you guys to use chopsticks. And
I also
kind of
learned
only
how to
use
use
chopsticks.
chopsticks before a fork, but that was because I lived in Santa Monica and my parents really liked sushi,
Well,
which was not nearly
see?
as exciting.
well, but still, I prefer it.
Yeah, I do too.
It's just you can grab things a little better.
Yeah, it's just better.
Yeah.
But
The fork is not better.
no, the fork was a later invention. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
But how much later? I feel like you know more about this than I
It was
do.
Elizabethan era. Because it was a French thing, and it was a bit. I was debating literally today with someone about whether or not it was considered a sign of wealth or just a little bit. Oh, I've got a fork. I mean, it's kind of
little
look at me.
Pinky in
I've
the
got
air.
But yeah, it was
the bourgeoisie.
It was proving that you were fancy and worldly of the time, and they only had 2 prongs. It wasn't like the 3; it was like a 2-prong thing.
A little. Not a trident, but what I feel like I just learned this.
A dident?
Maybe a dident.
I don't know. I just came
Okay,
up
no,
with
but
that.
I think it might be something like that because I have been watching Love on the Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
I finished the 3rd season. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's the
I
most
will
wholesome,
eventually.
beautiful thing. Ugh, it's so good. But Connor, one of the people on the show,
Into
talks
forks?
about somebody thinks there's a trident and then it's not, and he calls it something else. It might be a trident.
I just remember at Ren Fair, it was a great gig we'd have on occasion. Is that when we would do like the fancy military, the military would have like these fancy lunches that they would set up in front with like all of the really, really expensive food and like the very, very high-ranking actor, who would set up, and the kind of the head of the military. I'm trying to remember like what his exact rank was. Would always have one out and would not shut up about it. It was part of the gig was just everyone getting really bored about how much he was talking about how great France was and how he brought this like fork and how great. And it was just everyone going, "Oh, please shut up!
Please
We are
stop."
so bored." Yeah,
Oh my
it was a
God.
good gig. Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
that's why I know something about a fork.
So,
Yeah, Ren Fair.
not to jump.
No,
subjects,
jump.
But this is so in one of our older episodes.
Yes.
When we had talked about, I believe it was our toys episode, when we talked about toys as kids, what we really liked. And I talked about an FAO Schwartz art case
Yes.
that I used to have that I was
Yes.
obsessed with. And my mom coming back in with a left hook was like, I still have it. So she brought it over. And I just like, this is it.
Oh my God.
This was like my favorite toy.
So I don't want to quite say how old is this, but where?
It's gotta be 90s.
Oh my God.
Like I wonder if there's
it feels like it's got the plastic things on the end like a trapper keeper. It's
Yes,
it's that
the-
interesting plastic.
It is like a trapper
hinge?
keeper. It's got a little snap
and
to
the
keep it
snap button.
closed.
Oh boy.
And
Is it going to
sure,
go
if it
everywhere?
falls out.
I mean, I'm fine either
Oh,
way.
it's still in there.
What?
Look at it.
Okay, this is pretty
So
great.
we've got watercolors, we've got charcoals, we've got markers, we've got crayons.
crayons,
How do you say crayon?
crayon,
How do you guys say it?
Crown.
Crown?
crayon.
What do you say, Max?
I say crayon.
Crayon.
Yeah.
Parker?
Crayon.
Crayon. None of us say
Where
it the
are
same.
we? Yeah.
So look at this gorgeous, like, art set. I know it was a little
Something
left
we'll
over.
have to fix. Where are the scissors? And are the lights going to go out and then one of us is going to get
Oh
stabbed
my
with
God, the
scissor?
smell is still. Whoa!
Okay, beyond tasting
That I
things, smelling things
remember.
also. Okay, I got to
Yeah, see if you can.
throw me one.
It's a.
Wow.
I remember that smell. It's
Okay,
like very
okay.
chemically, plasticky. I'm gonna see if these
Did
still
you guys
work.
ever
these
have
markers.
those like scented markers?
Oh,
scented
hell
markers
yes.
were great.
They looked almost like Otter Pops or something. There was like little characters on them or
Oh
something.
yes, and they were just. I've
It's just kind of like an alcohol butane.
These markers still
thing
work.
happening. Like if it smells like a car part.
They still work.
I mean, I
Oh my God, they still work. Look at this green. It's
haven't
such a
even
great
changed
color.
the batteries.
No,
Nothing.
it's just and these charcoals. I guess I wasn't into the charcoal medium. because I hadn't. Okay, I'm gonna leave that in there.
Maybe they were just hard to get out because at the moment they certainly seemed like it was difficult to get that.
So there was water glue. I don't know what this piece is, but there's a lot of that's gone.
Yeah, clearly either that went on its own or
I just
and an unsharpened pencil.
But I did use the watercolors a lot.
Watercolors are
I
the
guess
best.
I was into that. So this was just this like
So what do you? So now that you have it in your possession again, and I mean like it is huggable clearly,
yes, it's so
and
soft
it's covered
to
in the
hug.
FAO Schwartz logo, which I also find delightful.
Already is just delightful.
What are you going to do with this now that you have it?
I don't know. I mean, I think I maybe I'll use it to make some art.
You should take an art class. I know you were talking about that.
I would love to.
Weren't you? You were talking about.
was.
You were
I like
talking
to
about maybe
take-
taking an art class.
I like to take art classes every once in a while. I took through most of the pandemic for a couple years. I took watercolor classes
I seem to
online.
I recall
on
a
Saturdays.
bit of this.
And which it's funny to see that I used watercolors back in the day, which I didn't realize. I love art. I wish I were better at it than I am,
Yes.
but
Feel
yeah,
that.
I like to dabble. But I also will start a project and then be like,
Now what?
wait, I'm not good.
I'm good at starting
Why do I
it.
think I can do this all of a sudden?
I actually finished our little tea robot not that long ago. And so it needs some tuning.
Okay.
And I'm attempting to learn how to do that since the instructions are in Japanese and I am very out of practice. And even then I couldn't read it. Wow. So, but like I'm right now using a screwdriver to like tune it so that it does everything properly. But
Oh man!
and I'm not going to put the clothing on it because I think it's cool looking like in the robot form where you see all the bits.
Where you see the bits and pieces.
Yeah, it just has the weird head. And,
Yeah, I
and
kind of want to
feet.
see it undressed first.
Yes.
So I can see all the pieces moving.
Yeah, it's kind of great.
Not because I'm a perv.
I mean,
Sorry.
it's its own fetish, really, isn't it?
I
Is,
mean,
you know.
just seeing all the pieces move.
Yeah, clockwork.
I can't wait. to
Yeah,
see
I'll
that
bring
in
it.
person.
I'll bring it in very soon. But
What
yeah.
is what is this contraption that's on the table
Oh,
that you
God.
have purchased or brought? Because this
I
actually,
have purchased it too. but-
well, I'm sure you purchased it at some point, but yeah, I'm just so excited about this. I'm gonna put
that
this
is
back
that
here
is
for now.
delightful, and you should use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that home because I'm not gonna keep it on the set. That's
No,
gonna be in my
it's
personal.
just gonna melt under the
It'll melt
the
under the
lights. Yeah.
Yeah, is
No
there-
one wants that.
What is this?
Oh boy. So
It looks like a TV.
it does look like a television, and I love lenses, like not camera lenses, but I love optics. I love science and optics and weird bits and things that you can do because I'm a very big fan of like taking technologies, especially old technologies, and kind of repurposing them to do insane shit, as we've
Okay.
talked about.
Yes.
So this is a thing that existed. This is, as far as I remember, as I think, this is something that they like made in the 1940s, like the late 40s, maybe the early 50s, which was people's televisions were really tiny
Okay.
because they made tiny television. Televisions were
Yeah.
small. And if you had one in your living room, it was a very, very small screen. So they would sell these lenses that you would stick on your television that would, it was basically just a big
Like reading glasses for your TV?
yeah, it was just a big magnifying glass. It was a magnifying flat thing that you would stick on to make your screen bigger. It changed the field of vision quite a bit, but
sure.
because it would thin the field of vision,
Yeah.
but it would make the screen, and it would do some weird optical things to it. And a few weeks ago, because I was trying to set up this weird art piece, which more or less it needs 2 more iterations before it's ready for prime time. I was like, I wonder if you could find one of these. And then I looked online and I not only found one, but I found one that came in this ridiculous case that makes it look like an old-fashioned TV.
Whoa.
I will turn to the camera.
What is this called?
I don't think it has a name.
Okay.
This was just a weird... I will show this to you first. I know they don't do...
They don't do anything?
No,
Okay.
there is like a little
the dials.
fake antenna that goes on there normally, but I didn't bring it.
So it's basically just a
turn this
large
very
magnifying glass where the screen of the TV would be.
Yes. So just to show, this one is designed for cell phones, and I did not turn the volume up too much.
Oh,
on
and we're going to
this.
get a little bit of a Dave
I'm going to
Heatwave.
give you,
Oh,
since we
wait,
can.
this is really cool.
Yeah. So I'm just going to set it up properly.
So you put your phone behind it, and then it just kind of makes it
Yeah. Can you see it well?
even bigger. Look at that.
And it also gives it kind of an interesting, like, vintage vibe.
It does.
So I'm going to turn this to see if it can.
Yeah, see if we can see it on.
And see if Dave Heatwave is. Actually, it
fun.
looks pretty good.
You know what this kind of looks like? What's his name? Mike TV in Willy Wonka.
Oh, it does.
When he
Actually, I
goes
bet you
into
could
the,
do a really good. So yeah,
That's cool.
I was using it as kind of a as a weird piece of art where I'm looking for an old phone to put in here that
That you
I don't
can
care
just
about.
load it with something and then just have it.
And just run very lo-fi stuff that just kind of like a broken television. I'm going to paint it up to look even more wonky.
That is really cool.
And the night. Oh, I didn't even notice it has a
There's
thing
a
so I
little-
can power it if I
Whoa.
want. But like the nice thing about it too is once you're done with it, is this. Ooh. Okay, this is going away now.
Oh, you can accordion it?
It accordion's closed.
Oh, I love stuff
And
like
now
this.
it's flat.
Okay, so what do you call this?
I don't know.
Like,
TV
how do
magnifier?
I search TV magnifier?
I suppose.
I love this.
Yeah.
And I would love to own one of the. I want to do the same thing that you're doing and
Yeah,
copy you.
it's fun. Oh, please, these are all public domain. Like this is just art tools. So, right? It's just a lenticular.
Oh yeah.
I
Listen
mean,
to
don't scratch
this.
it up too badly, but
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So any like
know if
lenticular
you can
lens,
hear
I've got
that.
like a dozen different experiments I'm running right now with lenticular lenses. There's really fancy, and there's like you can do like the invisibility fields with them if you've seen that.
No. What does that even
I'm
mean?
just assuming that our audience is.
The invisibility field? So how do you know if it's there if you can't see it? That is the question.
I can't answer that for so many reasons. I don't know how to answer that. No, they use like lenticular lenses to like bend light, so you can make like a little sheet of it, and you can put something behind it.
Oh, so if you
can't
move
see
it, it'll disappear and then.
Well, it's
the-
just like you can walk behind it, and like you don't see the person walking behind it. It's just like they're not there. Yeah, we'll Google
I need to see this.
someone using it, but it's just a trick of the light, and it's neat. But I've been toying around with different things that you can do with that for a while.
Ooh.
That's my thing. Is my room is filled with my office is filled with like little science projects.
I can't wait to see. I can't believe I still have not been to your house.
I can't either.
You've invited me many a time.
Yeah.
The problem is with me because I
Well, it's
have a hard time leaving. Oh
yeah.
wait.
Yeah. See, so there's a person hiding there, and there they are.
Oh, I see. So you can hide behind it because it's like an invisibility cloak.
That's yeah. Or it uses. You have to have a very particular kind of background, but
Wait, that's so cool.
yeah.
Has someone had to have made like an invisibility cloak out of this?
I mean, people make these.
I'm
little
sure
shields
it's
all
obviously the
time.
way that you're holding it and it has to be flat.
It's
but
the background.
It's the back.
You need a certain type of background, and the background needs to have
He fully disappears.
a
You
lot
can't
of
even
vertical
see him.
lines so that it can kind of, and you need to be a certain distance.
Blend
like
together.
There's a little area, but yeah,
Wow.
they're pretty cool. And like the more you think about interesting optics than like how they work, the more you're like, how can I do even weirder stuff with this? So I'm playing around with some weird stuff.
This is very cool.
Thank you.
I'm
I'm glad I could show off a toy.
I love it. I have many things to share, and I'm trying to feel
This
like
is
what
a
to go with.
sherry day, isn't
Okay,
it?
but this is kind of a weird thing to share because, and I was trying to figure out if we should do this or not, but I kind of want to because it's something we've been working on for many years.
Okay,
And I'm just
now
going to show this very briefly because I feel like people who have watched this or heard this probably have heard about this. But I'm pulling it. We made a game.
are we okay? I had no.
I
Are
don't
we
know. Is
pulling
that a
this
weird
out?
thing to show? But the thing is,
Are we? I mean, like
I
this is.
finally got it, like the physical copy of it, and I started crying
Did you? I mean, it's
because this has
okay.
been worked on for so long. Like
It
the team
has.
that has been building this, the
you-
game developers that we've had.
Do you
Like,
remember the first day we talked about this? Do you remember it was at Travis and Laura's house, and we like had our very first conversation in the kitchen?
probably, I feel like we've had some.
There was a very first one. It was a long time ago,
Yeah.
but we were at Travis and Laura's, and like the discussion of this madness came up. So
Yeah, we made a game.
we did. It's
and
really
it's called Daggerheart.
yeah. This is not a
And
commercial.
and it's not a commercial.
This is not a commercial.
You don't have to do whatever you want with your life. You don't have to buy it. But like, this is just
It's
like
very
it's so pretty. And like it opens up so nicely.
With magnets.
And like it's it's an RPG for those that don't know, a role-playing game.
Yeah, a tabletop role.
A TTRPG tabletop. And it's just like
Are we gonna show my favorite part of this?
we can.
So my favorite part is the drawer.
The drawer is
So-
like the actual design of this.
Hold on.
The whole Daggerheart team
There's a
has
not absolutely crazy
knocked it
version
out of the
this too,
park.
but I'm just saying it has a drawer that comes out, which I really
We
like.
should note this is the limited edition.
Yes, it is the limited
Yes, this is the
But
limited
the standard
edition.
is just as beautiful.
It's pretty cool.
Yes.
But this
too,
one's
yeah.
extra fancy.
I brought
lots of stuff.
I brought this one because wait, pass me that drawer.
All right.
So
So what do you want to show about this? Because I can talk about this just because I love good
I
packaging.
just the pet. Can we talk about the foil
I love it.
of the side? Like
Harder
this is
to do than you think.
I'm really like I'm so excited to be talking about this, and this is not a sales pitch, but it's just like this was so many people put in so much work.
There's a lot of thirsty art in there too.
A lot of beautiful art. The artwork is gorgeous, and
Very thirsty.
I'm just so proud of it.
Too.
Like I'm so proud of like the time and the work that everybody put into it. Like it's such it's a great team. Great team who built Daggerheart.
I love
but, like,
I love a
look
gold
at
foil
these
corner.
cards. Like they're so cool, and it's a really fun
It is
game.
a fun game.
Anyway, I just had like I thought I don't know. I was like show and tell. This is
No,
something
it's great.
that
I'll also say I like the bag of crystals.
I do too.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
Honestly, like this is a thing that I used to buy quite a bit of is like random little plastic gems.
Gems. Like just this was like when you would go to a store when you were a kid, and it was like the pirate gems that you would find, and then you would like put them in a little bag.
I love those.
Look at these. Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring because I just
No, it's beautiful and wonderful.
it's beautiful.
I was curious. Like
Like-
I was not expecting you to.
I know.
like,
I'm sorry. I know this is a weird thing because
No.
we don't usually talk about
our own stuff.
our job that you and I have
Our weird-
outside of this,
weird
which
job.
is
It doesn't make
It
any sense.
doesn't make any
Honestly,
sense.
I don't talk about it because I don't know what to say about it. It's so strange.
yeah. But we got to be a part of building a game.
It's so pretty.
But yeah, the game builders, game developers. I don't know what the proper title would be, but like this was a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Shit.
The pizza lamp agrees.
Pizza lamp agrees. Anyway,
That's pretty spectacular.
so I think
I think it needs a little. I think the cards
I
got a
need to
little
push
funky.
it down a little
but
bit. Yes, but this is the limited edition version, so I'm obviously showing that.
Yeah.
Fancy
It is-
schmancy, but
I love
Anyway.
a good game.
I'm proud.
As
I'm
you
proud
should
of it.
be.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's
a good-
Daggerheart.
That's a good piece of.
But like, wait.
Oh,
Hold on.
boy.
There's one more thing I gotta show. I gotta show the
but
book.
that's not all.
No, because there's a whole book.
It is a
The
really
whole
nice
book
book.
is like how it tells you how to play it and like the different classes and like all this artwork. Like
I'm here for the side indexing.
all these artists are credited. No AI. Like it's real shit. I'm just proud of it.
I haven't smelled the glue yet, and I haven't licked it either. But that's a whole other thing.
And if you want to see it played, you can watch Age of Umbra, right?
Hey,
which we
look at
just
Hey,
that.
look at
Look at
that.
us bringing it back around.
Or you could go to daggerheart.com and get your copy today.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Absolutely.
We don't know how to do that. So
Yes.
thank you for helping for that.
I
'cause
swear,
that's,
this was not
we're not very
planned.
good at that.
Yeah,
I
we're not
didn't even
very good at
notice that you
that.
brought it.
That's why my bag was so heavy. I took it last minute because I was like, we just got our copies to look at, and I've just been staring at it, and I'm like, this is so pretty. I can't
Yeah.
believe remembering talking about it, that we wanted to make our own game, and then
and then
here it is.
all
It's
that
completed.
years of work,
And just
and it is very pretty.
the most amazing team.
I will say that is
Elise and Spencer and Rowan and like they've done such a
Everybody.
great job.
yeah. It is the weird thing about this gig is that I will say is. There's a lot of learning to say no rather than say yes because there's so many ridiculous dumb things that like come up that like, do you want to do this? And you say yes, and before you can say but I'm really busy, it's already starting.
Yeah.
And then we woke up and with a hangover and someone going, so we've gotten everything together. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, why?
But we've made a really fun job for
It is.
ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of us. I'm going to say it. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of all the work that we all been doing.
I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It's hard to be proud of yourself, but you can
It
be proud
is
of
because
other
it feels like you're being selfish and
people. And I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to get into a fight with my own self-loathing. It'll win.
yeah,
So.
it'll definitely win. It'll definitely win. I have this is okay. This is a little.
What amazing sounds are happening over there.
I know. So this
You did bring things.
I did bring things.
Okay.
So as I was picking up Daggerheart, which was near my comic book collection bookcase, this was staring at me. This is called The Sculptor.
By Scott
okay?
McCloud.
By Scott McCloud. Now, the reason I brought this is because our good friend Matthew Mercer was the model for the lead character.
He was. I mean, like I knew he and Scott had a bizarre historical relationship, but
That's after Matt. So this was sitting right there, and I was like, you know what? I'm bringing this in. Oh, and look at that. There's a quote on the front.
but
From Neil Gaiman.
Let's go. Yeah, well. There's like 4 of those.
Neil Gaiman says, the best graphic novel I've read in years.
Well, that's fair.
I mean, that's...
Scott McCloud also wrote Understanding Comics, I believe.
I think, yeah.
Which is
I
a
think
really,
you're right.
really, which is a really
is
great book.
A great graphic novel. But also, even better, I had read this prior to meeting Matt.
Really?
Yes. And I think when he came over one time, he saw it on the shelf. And
I was hoping it was the
in
other
his
direction
best way,
where you're
he
like,
was
you look
embarrassed.
awfully familiar.
What have I? You look like a character in a
Have
comic
you
book
been
that I've seen.
painted before?
Yeah. But yeah, that's Matt.
being loved
Matt.
up by a brick wall
Yeah.
in a very
Which
him
kind of
fashion.
looks like Marisha.
A little bit.
Like if you look really quickly. But maybe that's just because the brick has like red hair. But
As
yeah, it's
as
a
most
great
brick people,
it's a great I haven't read this and when did this come out?
Oh,
This
no.
is
I'm going to call 15 years.
let's see here.
I'm calling it first edition 2015. 10 years. Okay. Wow.
All right.
In sync.
Well, I read it when it came out. So it's been a minute.
I forgot
But
that you were a comic book reader.
I am.
Like I knew that.
I love comic, but I really like. I'm really super into Image Comics. Like I really like a lot of the stuff.
the
that
image
they put out.
publisher, like
Yes.
the new stuff where they like just go like where they just like the A23 comic book company,
Yes,
basically.
and I love probably one of my favorites. I love Jeff Lemire or Lemire is how his last name is spelled.
What
Lemir.
books?
He's had like Roughneck.
Don't know it. Oh no, you're
He
gonna make
does
me
like
read
his
things.
artwork is almost kind of like watercolor, but his actual stories, because he's an artist and a writer, are so good. Hang on,
I can hear my comic book
I'm-
expert friend Amy Dallin slowly losing her mind that
Yes.
I don't know this.
I'm gonna tell you
Somewhere
my
her brain
favorite
is burning.
Jeff Lemire. I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah.
But my favorite of his, Essex County is really great.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you've read Essex County. It looks like he did a run of The Flash.
I mean, everyone got to pay the bills.
He did also The Joker, Killer Smile. I don't know if you
know
ever
that one,
saw
but-
that. The artwork of that was really cool. Did a run with Moon Knight. What else we got?
I know
Tooth.
Sweet
But his
Tooth.
my favorite. Why am I completely drawing a blank right now?
I know, so that we can stop saying titles and actually give some love to a story.
Yes,
I know.
Old Man Logan.
Good times. I worked on the Old Man Logan. They just called it Logan, didn't they? The movie. I did some Walla for that, and it was the only time that doing Walla made me cry because it was so loud, and I was hiding in the bathroom about halfway through, going, I God, it
Oh
hurts.
no.
I wanted to finish because I wanted to prove that I was a man. But yeah, it was. I've only nearly broken twice, and the Logan movie was one of them. Where
That
I'm
movie
like,
was so good.
it really was, and I definitely am proud of the work I did. But it was like I had to not speak for like a week. I was really.
You were just
I was
having a rough go.
I was like, I don't know if I'll ever be the same again. That was a lot of screaming.
oh my God.
And I consider myself a very good screamer. I scream for a living and I'm good at it, but that was
rough.
That was rough, and I really should have tapped out, but I wasn't capable of tap. I felt like that was inappropriate.
I can't find what I'm looking for.
Boy, I feel
Descender was great. That's another one.
Give a one sentence pitch. This is
God,
we're
I'm
going to
just- I'm
pretend this is
not-
a comic book podcast.
See, but
for
I'm
10
not good at
seconds.
that. That's your world. I mean, yes, I read comics, but I haven't read much like superhero comics.
You don't have to.
Because like anytime you guys were like, "Hey, X-Men, we love X-Men,"
Yeah.
and I remember I said, "I don't know much about DC," and you were like, "Well, it's not DC.
No, that's okay.
That's still
Honestly,
Marvel, you dumb
that's
bitch."
that's fine. You don't. I mean, you know, no, it is. I mean, like that. The popcorn stuff. That's like my reality TV is reading my popcorn books, and sometimes they're genius, but you know, oftentimes it's just like
Popcorn books are like blockbuster
or like
style comics.
or the other, or I suppose that, like, because of the serialized notion of them, it's more of a like reality television of like, this is something that's, it's not really, it's filler, it's delightful, but it's also just like it's empty calories.
Okay, what are if you were like someone who's new to comics?
Oh,
okay?
no, this
I know,
question.
I know. Okay,
Oh,
if you hate this question,
no,
then
carry
don't.
on, because you
you're like-
have to ask it.
What are some like? I don't know. I guess that is a really big question.
well, yeah.
To say like, where would you even start?
What I normally do, because I used to have I used to be on a comic book web series where we would just talk about comics, which
Yes.
was a really good comic web series.
was.
I'm very proud of. And we would talk about this. That's a lot like asking if you wanted to start watching television, what show would you start with? So the follow-up to usually that I have to what comic book would I read is normally I'm like, well, what is your television genre? When you like want to watch TV, what are the shows you gravitate to? Is because then I can get,
Oh, that's a good.
then I get a sense of your taste and I know where to shove you to begin.
Okay.
And also Scott McCloud, it's hilarious that you bring his book in. He wrote the Understanding Comics book, which is a really great for people who are like, I'm confused and I don't know where to
start,
to read,
which way to read.
What are these panels about? And he really breaks down what they mean and how to read them in a very simplistic, easy way, while also teaching you why in like a very easy way, so that not only do you develop the skill of reading it, but also you understand what it means and how it developed, which is really interesting. And how panels function, and it's really like you get an education out of that book, and it's super easy to read, and because he does a good job, he communicates well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would all depend on like what kind of media do you enjoy consuming is normally my answer to that, because they've got a bit of everything.
There's everything.
Yeah, every story that you could want to tell.
I feel like the first comic that I read, my introduction, somebody was like, read The Killing Joke.
That was very much of our era.
Yeah, that was very much of our era. And read it.
Doesn't hold up as well anymore, but
Yeah, but I remember at the time,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
even the writer's like, don't read it.
I think
even-
it was. I
even
think
the
it
guy who wrote it's like,
it's so
it's-
dark, but
Yeah, he was like, yeah, it was a little edgelord even for me.
it was very edgelordy. But that was kind of my introduction into comics.
It was a good one of the era.
So I was like, okay, this is cool.
It was
and
a
then
Batman, Joker, super edgy.
Yeah, it's a little dark.
Our friend who directs comedy sketches for SNL
Yeah.
did his Goth Kid on Vacation recently, which is a little musical number about a goth kid in Jamaica being very unhappy. Highly recommend it. Worth checking out.
Yeah, that.
And
There's
it's
too much sunshine.
it's filled with hilarious goth kid in jokes. And one of the goth kid in jokes is that he's staying in the hotel room reading The Killing Joke on the bed,
Oh,
which made me
man.
like, it's like, oh. Just perfection.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
that
so
seems-
sad and edgy.
It seems to be the comic that everyone's like, oh, you gotta read this because it's so dark and, you know.
Yeah, and
it's great.
And like the goth kid books of the time were like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, I Feel Sick. There was a lot of slave labor graphics is what it was called. They put out a lot of the spooky books, which were fun. I do not know or wonder if they would still stand up, but like I feel like I Feel Sick might stand up. That's kind of a weird little.
Did you say slave labor graphics?
SLG, Slave Labor Graphics, was the comic book company that produced
That's
Johnny
an
the Homicidal Maniac.
interesting name.
Yeah, I think it had a
choice.
lot to do with like what they were being paid, which was not a lot. Long gone now, I think. But like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac was very of its time. And
I've never even heard of these,
oh boy,
which is not a spin-off. I mean, I'm not like a
no, but
comic book
I feel
connoisseur by
I
any
feel
means.
Sick was I think my favorite of that era because it was a spin-off. Because Johnny the Homicidal Maniac was like a crazy goth kid who would like murder people and was like nah and just full of his own shit. And he was feeding blood to a portal in his basement, but honestly that barely mattered. There was one girl that he tried to date who got away and ended up just beating the pulp out of him when he tried to murder her, and she got her own 2-issue like little story about her life and her friends and her terrible. She was making commercial art, which was driving her insane because she was being told to paint the covers of like books. She was doing book covers and just hated the work and was
like,
slowly
this is
going
not-
mad and had a series of terrible dates with various people. And there was a dumb joke at a goth club where everyone was like spooky and she was just people dressed as vampires, and there was one girl who was dressed as a mummy instead. It's like you do the drink blood. She says, "No, I'm a mummy. I shoot bees." She's like, "What the fuck do bees have?" Bees, cool, okay,
Okay, great.
And I was like, it was just like honey of the night. I'm like, this is so dumb, and I love it.
Oh my god.
That might hold up because that one had a lovely introspection to it, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll one day go deep into comics, and I can, because I'm wanting to pull up some of my. I'm completely drawing a blank because I haven't read them in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't read. I have to get in a mood,
Oh, I agree.
and because mostly I've been in a. I
Yeah.
read a lot.
Yeah,
So
but
sometimes when I throw in a comic, I got to be in the mood for it.
yeah, it's a different kind of reading.
It is a different kind of reading.
I read comics right now just because it's easy and it's on my iPad, and
We should do a comic book episode
I would happily do a comic book
because I
episode.
know you are very well versed in
Less so
many
these days, but yeah.
Yeah, but it could be fun.
Yeah.
Bring in some of our favorites.
I'll bring a couple of my favorites in. That's
Okay.
fun. Of like, it's a good read.
Yeah, it's a good read.
Or I'll go in and go,
You
oh no, it's
actually-
not a good read anymore.
Your last recommendation that you gave me,
Mm-hmm.
and I fell in love with it,
Oh no.
which was the newest run of, wait for it, The Flintstones.
Oh boy.
It's so good.
It should.
I was like, this is when you told me, I was like, The Flintstones.
It's a dark comedic like
It's
reimagining. It's like it's a dark comedy
yes,
version of
like to the point where I was like, they could redo the cartoon.
Oh,
And if it's sort of done like this,
It's-
I would totally watch it.
it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's really like it for some strange, like someone found like an interior core of the Flintstones
It's so good.
that actually is just weighty and sad and
Yes.
dark. And
Yes.
yeah, I love it. It shouldn't be that good.
It's so good. It's so good. This also reminds me. Mm-hmm. I have been watching, binging. Mm-hmm. It's on Netflix. A show called Pantheon.
Oh yes,
It's an animated series,
I've been told.
which I was just told about this, and I guess it's already on the second season. I just finished the first season last night. It is so good.
I should watch more television.
It's
That was not
Watch
an attempt
it.
to be Poncio. It's just literally
No,
my
yeah.
brain is I don't have the attention span. I need to fix
well.
that.
You told me you were watching the new Doctor Who.
That's all I'm watching. And yeah, right now the new season slaps. I love it.
It's got
But
a
that is
new
my-
doctor.
There's always a new doctor.
New doctor helping people, doing
Yeah,
doctor stuff.
Doing doctor stuff. Just running
Going
around.
in his phone booth.
Going in his little police box and phone booth. And,
Hanging out with his dollies.
Yeah, and just being hot and cool and running around and solving problems with the power of pseudoscience and love. It's great. And meeting famous people and flirting with them. It's great.
One day we'll get around to Doctor Who, but then I won't be able to do my bit anymore.
What bit?
My bit that I act like I don't know what it is and make you upset.
Sam
And
Riegel does it all the time.
people-
We have a friend who just pretends he hasn't seen things. I mean, sometimes he really hasn't, but he just somehow. He used to say he's never read a comic book, and then I got in a room with his mom, and she told me all about his Fantastic Four
yes, this is
collection,
true.
how deep he was into that. I'm like, that
Yeah.
man is a liar.
He just likes
man
to.
is a liar.
He's an edgelord.
Yeah, he just wants to look you in the eye. He wants to be able to look you in the eye and know that you don't know if he's serious or not because he's seen Travis do it, but Travis is bad at it. And I think it's just a power play. Where it's like, I've learned Travis's tell. I don't think Sam has one.
No, I don't think Sam has one. I haven't figured it out yet.
Maybe I haven't tried. Like I have to shift to look at his kids to see if they roll his eyes.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, no. But yeah, if we're gonna wrap up, first of all, yes, there's no escaping Doctor Who. This is over now. We've had enough. We've had enough.
I know. But what happens if I watch it and I don't like it?
That's also good fodder for the internet.
Because that's what I'm afraid of. I see it and I'll be like, it's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
How mad would people be?
They would be so mad.
But like now I feel like there's pressure.
Yeah, except of course they're allowed to be mad. They just,
It's
they
true.
can be mad. That's okay.
That's all right.
I honestly, I actually trust our audience to understand that not everything is for everybody, and that's actually good. That's not
a good
even
thing.
okay. That's good.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's fine. It means that we are, psychically and emotionally diverse as a human race, and we are all. Almost everything is somebody's favorite thing, and that is a horrifying thing to think about because there's some terrible stuff out there, but it's maybe bringing happiness to somebody. So okay.
That is,
I'll forgive you for not I have friends who don't like Doctor Who, and
I mean, maybe I'll love it.
maybe you
But
will.
I'm just I don't want there to be pressure.
Well, that's why I want your tiny ones to watch
know,
it
my
too,
little ones if
because
they
then
will.
if they love it, then we can all gang up on you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which will probably happen.
I love having an army of small children to harass adults with. It's really one of my favorite things.
Do you have anything else that you would like to share? Or should I? We have been given a smorgasbord of candy from around the world.
I feel like attacking some candy, which
Okay,
would also make
let's get
very
into it.
good podcasts because our mouths will be full of things.
Yes. So we have many to choose from.
Go heavier.
here's our-
Go heavier.
So go heavier. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is not let's get real weird.
Okay, we're gonna get real.
I am
This I am most excited about.
yeah, let's go there.
Because I love Oreos. Those are my favorite. Double
So-
stuff specifically.
Let's for the people who don't have film. This is
But maybe we save that for last.
well,
No. This looks like it's strawberry Oreos, and these are from China.
Yeah, I was about to say, I believe this is from China. They are strawberry flavored Oreos. They have instructions on them for the various ways to eat them.
Looks like a weird instruction of
It's
how to
the
do
twists, and you twist them apart. They have little hands twisting
Yeah.
it, and then it shows the frosting side where there is a mouth licking it upside down, but still, and then there's the option of dunking it in a thing.
it. Oh God, double stuffed Oreos in a glass of whole milk. Look, they're little individual.
Even better.
Even better.
Yay, portion size.
Yeah. Do you have a candy of choice? That's your.
I have a weird little licorice thing that my grandparents used to have, and I hadn't had one in years. And then my sister, bless her, got me a box of it for Christmas.
Smells great.
Oh my God.
Smells like strawberry quick.
Smells like strawberry quick. That's delightful.
Ooh,
That is delightful.
that's really good.
So, I feel like I feel like a couple things should be mentioned here.
Okay.
As things to do after the podcast. Our wonderful friend Brennan back in the day, used to make these little videos where he would pretend to be the CEO of various companies in a comedic fashion. And they're very funny. And there's one you can look up of Brendan being the CEO of the Oreo Cookie Company, and I think that this is a perfect thing to do after consuming some Oreos. Is look up Brendan being
being the CEO.
CEO.
All right.
Aaron Burr.
Next we have
Oh boy.
Skittles from China, and they're spicy.
Oh boy. Okay.
So this I'm curious about. I love Skittles, and I'm very curious to see what they taste like spicy.
the strawberry Oreo is still doing it for me. Let's
It's
open
really
those
great.
up, though.
Okay, so there's
It's a little odd.
definitely a
Are we doing one?
powdery substance on top of the. Oh, I can smell it.
I can already smell it. Okay,
It
so
smells savory
it's
on
a
top
Skittle.
of the Skittle
Actually,
smell.
I need a light colored one because I want to see this powder that you are speaking of.
Oh, what the
Okay,
fuck?
it does have maybe it's a. It's like what's that? What's the powder they put on like?
Tahine?
Yeah, was that what they put on drinks that you buy on the side of the? Okay, yeah.
I love tahine.
All right.
That is weird.
We were about to die. Salute.
That
you.
is spicy.
What is happening?
Yeah, it gets better as it goes on,
Does
but
it?
maybe
I
that's
hope
because the
so.
spice wears off.
Okay, so I've gotten to the Skittle part. Like there was
I don't wanna have
definitely a
another one.
Skittle in there, but around it is like this very.
It kind of grows on me. It's growing on me.
Is it?
I'm gonna have another one
Okay.
just to make sure.
I mean, I have to have another one now
Ugh.
because I feel like it's a dare.
The initial, it's weird.
What kind of spice is that? I don't know. It is.
I don't either.
It tastes like. Lawry's, if you know the Larry's
Lowry's seasoning salt or whatever that
seasoning
is.
salt. That it's just like something has gone off.
Oh, that's a weird. I don't know if that's for me, guys.
A friend.
I don't know if that's for me.
A friend of ours does a thing. We may have to do this eventually. This reminds me of this thing where they do a taste testing of weird corporate food crossovers, where like they find like weird ideas. Like we had, he brought like taste testings of like Minecraft flavored Mountain Dew.
Oh, fun!
Or AI flavored Pepsi. Or they did a thing with like Ruffles potato chips and caviar, but it was all like these are all like packaged together, like it is like a corporate corporate marriage food.
Would they sell it, or this was just like
or it would be like a special thing that you would order from the company, much like my perfume that I had. I don't know. I know we've talked about perfume a bit. I gave this one away to someone who needed it badly, which was okay. What's the name of the pretzel? The pretzel place.
Wetzel's Pretzel?
No, like
Annie's?
Annie, is it Annie's pretzels? Like the sweet
think.
pretzels? They made a perfume that smells like mall pretzel
Oh yes, you were telling me this.
called Need with a K,
which
makes you smell like a buttery mall pretzel. And I
sounds
loved it. It was
delicious.
intense, but then I had to give it to Whitney more because who else needs to smell like bread?
Yeah, she's
So
perfect for that.
Yeah, in my head, she's always smelled like bread.
I feel like she already smells delicious.
I know. So.
That's this one. So this is.
Oh God! Why did I put another one in my mouth?
I know. I don't know if that one's for me. Okay.
Oh, close it. Close it. I can smell it. It hurts.
So now
Wait,
we've
wait,
got.
Wait. Okay, this
what
is going.
this?
I'm gonna throw this past the fourth wall if that's okay. Thank
This
you.
is.
Oh God! Beyond the fourth wall. Oh, it burns.
This is from
But
Sweden.
not in a good way.
Skalle, which I think is skull in Swedish.
I'm into it. I'm gonna have.
I think. It says on the
Hold on, I need to
outside.
cleanse my palate with an Oreo.
Kulhalon Skalle. Gelatin-free skum.
No gelatin. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I earned this. I did this to myself. Oh.
You know what I like about this is because we don't know what something's going to taste like. Obviously, that's why.
I'm
we're
glad
doing
I know
this.
it's at least dessert. If I don't know if it's going to be
But
sweet
isn't
or
it
savory,
cute?
it's going to weird me out.
Oh, they're little skulls. Oh, that's why they're called Skalle.
Oh, it is. This one, I feel like this one has teeth.
Oh. No, they're little skull and crossbones.
Oh, okay. That's why it
Oh.
looks like teeth. It has crossbones. Oh, okay. I see it now. It looks like gum. Like it looks like pink gum. Like the cartoon pink gum.
It tastes like gum. It's a bubblegum flavor, I think.
I'm not going to make smacky sounds.
This kind of reminds me of being at the dentist.
Oh God, it's the bubblegum flavored toothpaste.
It's the bubblegum flavor fluoride.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing either.
I don't hate this one, but I don't know.
No, it tastes like a Highlights magazine.
All right, which one should we end with? We have Sour Patch Kids from USA and Canada, but these are the ice pop flavor, which is exciting.
I feel like that's might be flying too close to the sun. What else do we have?
And then we also have...
Are we just opening that?
Yes. These Japan... I love Kit Kats.
So
from
I'll
Japan.
also say...
Oh, well, we also have this too.
we just started opening that one.
Okay.
Japanese candy I fell in love with many years
so
ago.
good.
And they like... Buying candy in Japan is always a delightful surprise. Because they really understand that dessert should be a complicated palate and should go everywhere.
Yes. Have you had the green tea Kit Kats?
Oh, yes, of course.
So good. Okay, there's two here.
I occasionally would find very limited edition Pocky out there.
Love.
Like
Same with those.
very short run flavors.
Cheers.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. You know
How do you feel about orange and chocolate?
Well, you know those chocolates that have like the jelly
Yep.
center that's kind of the citrus jelly center? I feel like someone just put a cracker in that,
Yeah.
which I'm not against.
I'm not against.
No.
I like it.
I like it too. I'm not it's not changing my life or anything.
No, I'm not going to... I wouldn't necessarily seek it out.
No. But
What I do want to try...
if it was there, are we just going to...
We're going to keep with the Kit Kat.
All right.
This one's from Brazil. Okay?
I will not sing the song.
Brazil.
Fuck. All right. Oh, boy.
One of my favorite movies.
The first time I went to your house, it was playing on the television.
That makes sense.
You were trying to distract your nieces and nephews with it.
What a terrible movie to give my
I
kids to
know,
watch.
right? I thought it was very brave.
This is coconut. Smells great.
It smells great. All right.
Oh, that's good.
Here we go. I don't know. I'm going to dip it in rum.
That would be very good. This is really good.
Okay, this is a big winner.
Chocolate, coconut. What else is in here?
And
can't
it tastes
tell.
like coconut. It doesn't taste like fake coconut.
No, it tastes really good. Ooh, that's my favorite so far.
I don't know if I can go there.
I don't know if I can go here either, but I can.
Really? All right.
I'll go there for us.
No,
All right.
no. I
So-
don't know how to I don't know how to not get involved in dare. I don't have that ability.
All right, we've got lemon, blue raspberry, and red berry flavors.
Well, it
try
combined.
the
They're
red
calling it
berry.
a thing. It's what is it? There's a thing. These sour patch
They're
have
like
a theme.
the
Ice pop.
Those ice pops that you would have. Those little.
The red, white, and blue rocket. I always thought they had a different name, like Otter Pop or something.
Yeah. Ooh, those are good.
What color did you take? Red,
did
white,
red.
or blue? Okay, I'll take blue because blue tends to work for me.
Those are good.
Okay, here we go. Oh boy,
I mean, Sour Patch Kids, I feel like are pretty consistent.
Arthur Poeth.
Yeah, they really.
That's
the sour
they
really.
really hit a. Ow.
I know. I'm afraid to try the lemon one.
No, I think we're fine.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
vote. I'm going with the Brazil. I'm going with Brazil for this fight.
The coconut Kit Kat.
Coconut Kit Kat.
All right.
Probably a second would be strawberry Oreo
Strawberry
from China.
Oreos.
And maybe third place for me. I kind of want to go with this weird Swedish
I'm
Skale.
not ready to call it a bronze medal.
Yeah, I don't know if
I feel like that would just be giving away a bronze medal to give away a bronze medal. I feel like we have a gold and silver, and that's enough.
I think you're right.
I think
you're right.
I think bronze.
We don't have a third podium here.
No, not right now anyway.
We're only giving a gold and a silver.
No, these are all. Everyone else is still running the race.
I don't know if this changes how you feel about them, but our associate producer picked these up. I told him to find like a world market here in LA. He let me know he found them at a vape shop. So I don't know if that changes anything, but I thought that was funny.
Well, we're going to have to try these again on a future
let's just
episode.
redo it. Let's just redo it.
Yeah.
Let's just like smoke a little, and then we'll have very different taste
we're
buds
going to have
happening.
to. Yeah, there are movies that got better if I smoked, and then
Well, of course.
I didn't know that at the time. And I don't smoke, but like I had roommates who occasionally I'd watch a movie and say I hate it, and they would say, "Well, you're going to have to try and watch it again, but my way." And
The hard
They're not
thing
wrong.
is when you do it the other way around. You watch a movie and you're like, "Oh my god, it was so good," and then
then-
you watch it not stoned and you're like, "This is
what was wrong with me?
not good."
This is awful.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what that does eventually, somehow, or maybe
Well-
we may have to call in an expert if we're not up to that. So
Yeah, we can. We have a couple experts.
We do.
That we could have guide us.
honestly, we can just
You
bring
know.
this to them now and maybe film it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we could.
This was a chaotic but pleasant run through madness today.
I feel like that describes us really well.
It does.
Chaotic but pleasant.
Yeah, and I definitely it has sparked ideas of things that I will drag us into in the next installment of this madness.
It was good to hang out with
Oh,
you,
it was good to hang
Taliesin,
out with you too.
As
Oh.
per usual.
Yeah, and it was good to hang out with you. Although if I got up and hugged the camera, people would be upset.
I don't think they would be. I think we should go off on a hug.
That's
All
I
right.
mean, I'm in. Well, hold on.
Listen.
This is okay. This is going to go so poorly.
I'm gonna.
Guys, it's been great. You're actually gonna carry your microphone? You remember
gonna
there's a
try.
button. There's a button.
Shit. Wait. I feel like I remember how to do it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
This is a thing they showed us how to do, by the way. Oh, well, even better.
Whatever. This'll work.
We were
Nope,
shown-
I'm gonna leave this here.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah. Let's see if we can do this. This is weird.
All right.
Bye. No, don't spit on the camera.
Great,
Oh, no.
guys. Great. That was such a fun episode.
Yeah, that was fun.
guys. That was great.
Yay!
That was a great one. Cutting cameras. Cutting cameras.
Some very important weird information for all of our weird kids. Our new episodes are now starting to release exclusively on beacon.tv. That's right, every Tuesday.
So we are still releasing the final Weird Kids episodes from 2025 every Tuesday on our Weird Kids YouTube channel and on podcast platforms. But our new episodes are exclusively only on beacon.tv.
Beacon.